it's Lauren. Welcome back to my... This chair is so creaky. Hey guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a makeup collection / review for you guys. If you're wondering, my shirt says Living in La La Land. I love the movie La La Land, and that's always been kind of my nickname, is La. And I'm a very imaginative person, so this shirt is like me in a shirt, on a shirt. Before we get into the video, I have 4 disclaimers for you guys. Disclaimer number 1, my makeup collection right now is super messy. Not messy, but just not very well organized. I don't have any sort of nice contraption with drawers or little stands and things for like certain makeup, so I'm just gonna do it by section, so like eyebrows, mascara, stuff like that. So that's why I don't have like in this bin we have, because I don't, yeah. Number 2, I buy all my own makeup and I use like birthday money or gift cards, and I'm not sponsored or anything, so I pretty much buy all my own makeup. That's why there's not a lot. I mean, there's a good amount, but you know, I'm not comparing, not at all. I love you, too. Disclaimer number 3, I did just buy a whole bunch of makeup. It was recently my birthday, so I got free makeup and I got gift cards and money, so I'll show you guys everything that I got in hopefully my next video. This is the majority of my makeup as of right now. Disclaimer number 4, this one just real fast. I completely and totally forgot about this. It was in my purse. That just goes to show how much I use it. It's the Smashbox Photo Finish. You can't see that, can you? The Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And I use the Color Correcting Adjust just because my face can be a little bit red. My face tends to be a little bit red right before I put on makeup for some reason. This stuff is so good. I use it every day. I know this video is a bit longer, but since I don't have a huge amount of makeup, I decided to add a review. It was kind of a makeup collection review. Hope you guys enjoy it. In this first bin, we have foundations, primers, and setting sprays. The first foundation I have here is my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream, and I use this for spot concealer as well as foundation sometimes. The next product I have is my Clinique Even Better Makeup, but because I am so fair-skinned, I try and steer clear of Clinique because they don't match my skin tone very well. It just tends to be orange on me. Next is my e.l.f. Glitter Eyeshadow Primer, but I don't actually like to use this a lot. I like to use concealer as primer instead because I find that eyeshadow primer messes with my eyes. They're very sensitive, so concealer works better is what I find. I also have the Sephora 10-Hour Wear Perfection Foundation, but I don't use this one a whole lot either because it looks a little bit heavier and a little bit more oily than my normal foundation. This stuff actually goes on right after primer. It's the Maybelline Cover Stick Corrector Concealer, and it's pretty good for spot checking and for any bright red pimples you might need to cover, but it does end up looking a little bit oily and kind of green afterwards. This is my favorite foundation that I have. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. It looks really natural on my skin and it's not heavy or oily, so it works great with blending and contouring. Next, we have my Makeup Forever Setting Spray, and I put this on after I'm completely done with makeup, and it keeps it from looking oily and dry for up to 10 hours. Next, we have brushes. This first brush is a full face brush that I use for finishing powder. This next brush is a Bobbi Brown foundation brush, but I use it as a fan brush for highlighting my cheekbones, and it works well for everything else too. Next, we have a generic densely packed e.l.f. brush that I use for eyeshadow. This brush is from Clinique, and I use it mostly for blush, but sometimes for contouring. This is another full face brush, but this one is from e.l.f. I use it for blending in my contour lines and for just blending in general. It's a really good blending brush. This is another brush from Clinique that can either be used for eyeshadow or eyebrows, but because it's so fuzzy, I like to use it for the crease of my eyes to do eyeshadow. This next brush from e.l.f. is very small and densely packed, so I like to use it for filling in my eyebrows, but I'll also use it for under eye lining or just using a gel liner. Because it's so small and thin, it's good for any intricate details you need to do. This next brush is one that I'm pretty sure everyone owns. It's the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, and I use it for applying eyeshadow and applying my contour lines. This next brush is by IT Cosmetics, and it's called the Airbrush Blush Brush. It works perfectly to give you that sun-kissed look, and it's so fluffy and easy to use. Next, I have my eyebrow comb, pretty generic. The last thing I have in here is a toothbrush, and I actually use this to get the clumps out of my mascara and to spread out my lashes and make them look more full. This next bin is my beauty blenders and a random eyelash curler. First, we have my two beauty blenders, and I'm pretty sure everyone owns at least one of these, and they're perfect for blending out foundation or contours or concealer. Yeah, they're pretty much perfect for everything. Next, I have my two silicone blenders, and even though they're more sanitary and clean, I wasn't super impressed with the way they blend, so I just sometimes use them for blending out bronzer and sometimes highlighter. Last thing we have in here is something that I use every day, even when I'm not wearing makeup, my eyelash curler. This next jar has all of my eyeliners and all my mascaras. The first thing in this jar is my Physicians Formula Eye Boost Instant Lash Extensions Kit. And it comes with a really nice mascara that I like to use on its own sometimes. And then it also comes with the Lash Boost, which has little fibers in it that actually add to your eyelashes and make them look more naturally full. Next, I have this Almay One Coat Get Up and Grow mascara, and I have the black brown version of the non-waterproof and the waterproof. So this is great mascara because I have really sensitive eyes, and I can wear it all day without them getting tired or dry or itchy in any way. My last and personal favorite mascara is my Shake It Fresh Clump Free Volume Mascara from Rimmel, and I have the shade Black, but the nice thing about this is that you can shake it right before you use it, and it stays really fresh and liquidy, and there's no clumps when you put it on your eyelashes. The first eyeliner that I have is my Wet n Wild Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Black. Next, I have a black brown NYX retractable eyeliner, and then the Intense Quick Liner from Clinique in the shade Intense Ivy. Next, we have a Wet n Wild Mega Last retractable eyeliner, and the nice thing about this one is that it has a brush on the top to shape and straighten your eyeliner. My favorite eyeliner that I own is my Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner in Serum. It's got a really nice tip for wings and just for making your eyeliner super straight, and it's got a nice deep brown color. The last thing I have in here is my NYX Wonder Pencil, and I use the shade Light because I use it to line my waterline or as a white eyeliner. Next, we have all of my eyeshadow. First up, we have two eye crayons from NYC, and we have a light gold shade and a dark brown shade, and they're both kind of sparkly and look really pretty on eyes. Next, we have a mini eyeshadow palette from Clinique, and inside we have a white/gold that's kind of shimmery, and then a green that's more matte. I also have another little mini palette from Clinique, but this one has a light brown and a dark brown inside it. These are really, really pretty colors together. Next, we have a Maybelline Perfect Pastels palette, and even though this was on clearance and it was kind of cheap, it's got some really nice deep purples. This palette is from Clinique, and it's got a nice pink, blue, and brown shade, and I actually use the pink shade as a blush sometimes. Next, we have another Clinique palette. This one includes an actual blush, and it's also got a really nice deep gold eyeshadow color and a dark brown eyeshadow color. It also comes with a blush brush and an eyeshadow brush. I'm pretty sure everyone owns at least one dollar store palette. This is mine. It's from ColorMates, and it's kind of cheap, but it's got a lot of really nice, pretty colors that I like to use and play around with. Next, we have the Sun and Bronze Bronzing Powder from NYC, and even though this is a bronzer and I use it as a bronzer, it also looks really nice on my eyelids, and it's kind of cool when your bronzer and eyeshadow match. This is a palette from Ligure Minerals, and it's actually meant for contouring, but it's got a really nice gradient of color, so I really like to use it for eyeshadow. It looks really, really nice. This is actually a makeup traveling kit, but it's got a nice eyeshadow palette with a bunch of colors that I like to play around with. Next up, we have all my bronzers. First up, we have my favorite bronzer, the NYC Sun & Bronze, and it's got a really pretty brown color that looks really natural on my cheeks, and it's really easy to blend out. Next, I have an actual contour kit from Lugura Minerals. I use this shade and this shade. I kind of mix them up, but there's a huge gradient of colors that you can just use and mix and match. And then we have my dollar store contouring stick. Next up, we have concealer. First up is the concealer that I'm pretty sure everyone knows about. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and it's absolutely my favorite. I love this stuff. Next up is my Bare Minerals Blemish Remedy Concealer, but this stuff is really hard to blend out, so I don't use it a lot. Next, I have my Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer, but again, I don't like to use Clinique a lot because it doesn't match my skin tone very well. Up next are eyebrow products. First up, I use this stuff every day. It's my Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel. Next up, we have my Brow Fix Brow Kit from Milani, and we have a nice highlighter in my eyebrow color, and then it also comes with a highlighter brush and a brow brush. I use this kit for everything. It's its third time in this video, and I usually mix this shade and this shade to match my eyebrow color to fill it in. Next up, we have blush. This is an actual eyeshadow kit, but I use that shade as blush sometimes. Next, I have a Bare Minerals blush in the shade Bare Radiance, and it's got a nice deep red color that I like to use when I'm feeling a little more dramatic. This is the Ulta Beauty Mineral Blush, and I go for this stuff when I want to look a little bit more natural because it's really peachy and pink. This blush has definitely been used a lot, and it's in an eyeshadow palette. Highlighters! First up, we have my favorite highlighter and probably my favorite makeup product right now. It's the Revolution Strobe Highlighter, and it just is so beautiful. It's a silvery, shiny color that looks great on your cheekbones, or your eyelids, or your lips. This stuff is really good. This is actually an eyeshadow crayon from NYC, but I use it as highlighter sometimes because it's a really pretty gold. You guys, I use this palette for so much because it comes with a highlighter, and it has so many pretty colors. Next up is my personal favorite, and I have so much of this stuff. It's my lip collection. First up is my collection of matte liquid lipsticks from Kylie Cosmetics. I love all these colors. They're so deep and rich and beautiful. Next up is my collection of lip liner pencils from Persistent, and as you can see, there's quite a wide variety of colors here. These are really fun to blend and just play around with. So next up, I have 3 lip butters from Ulta. I have a nice sparkly pink shade, a red shade, and then my favorite is a brown shade. I use it all the time, and these are super great to blend and play around with. Next, I have my 2 bright dramatic red lipsticks from NYC, and these are super fun to play around with. I don't usually wear them out of the house, but they're really fun to play around with. Next up, I have a Clinique lipstick, and it's super bright pink, and it's kind of fun just to add thunder for the thunder, lightning. Next up, I have a glossy lipstick from Burt's Bees in the shade Sunset Cruise. Then I have this chubby stick from Clinique, a sparkly red glossy lipstick from CoverGirl, and then my favorite lipstick ever from Urban Decay in the shade Carnal. It's a beautiful brown, and I use it all the time. It's so awesome. Next up, I have my Baby Lips bright pink lipstick / chapstick. Then we have this cool thing from CoverGirl. I actually don't know what it's called, but it's like a clear liquid that you put over your lipstick and it just seals it in and makes it look fresh and beautiful all night long. This stuff is my favorite lip gloss. It's the Rimmel Stay Glossy, and it's just bright pink and super cute. And then I have an actual lipstick palette from Aesthetica, and these 2 are my favorite colors, but then there's also some crazy colors over here, and then a nice white for highlighting and contouring your lips. It also comes with 2 lip pencils and then a nice lip brush. So these colors are so much fun to play around with, and yeah. Last but not least, we have finishing powder. First up, we have my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, and this is actually the illuminating mineral veil because for fair skin it gives it a really glowy effect. And then I have my setting powder palette from Ulta Beauty, and it's got a white, a pink, and a more yellow shade, and it also comes with a cute little brush to put it on. So these are great colors. Alright guys, that's the conclusion of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button on your way out and go ahead and like the video if you enjoyed it or if it helped you in any way. I'll see you guys next week. Oh, my neck just cracked. Ah! Peace out.